good morning. Day one, Costa Mesa coming up right now. Just waking up, getting the day started. I always try to give myself plenty of time the morning of to start. I traveled all day yesterday. Didn't get much sleep. Work all day Thursday, travel all night Thursday night, and get in and situated and some things. Went in, got a haircut yesterday after I got here. I got like an hour of sleep starting from Thursday until last night before I went to bed. All a blur. But got a good night of sleep last night. But the first thing I like to do when I wake up on games day is, of course, get dressed, get moving. And then I like to start in the hotel room getting ready for the day, meaning mindset, preparation, stretching, movement, of course, coffee, try to get the blood flowing, start thinking about what I'm going to do on the day. It is a little easier today. I'm supposed to be sharing a room with John Van Buren, but he had other lodging arrangements, so a little bit easier having a room by yourself, not having to worry about interrupting or waking somebody up that wasn't ready to be up. So got a room to myself. Nice. Costa Mesa puts us up pretty good here at the Hilton. It's a nice perk. Got a decent pool downstairs with a hot tub. Took advantage of the pool last night again to try to move a bit before going to bed. So this morning I'm just gonna hit some stretching and some breathing. That's another one is just kind of getting reset with some breath work. Nothing too yoga, nothing too nerdy. Just have some intentional breathing going. So gonna do that, and then I'm meeting Kyle downstairs for a ride over to the fairgrounds and some Chick-fil-A, because that's the breakfast of champions. And then day's gonna be started. I don't know what the event started at. I did look at them last night, but again, yesterday was a blur. I know we're throwing sheaf, so I gotta take my fork. But I think it's the heavy events today. I think we're gonna throw. Well, that's not all the way true, I guess. I think we're gonna throw Braemar Stone, sheaf, heavyweight. Maybe we will, and heavy hammer. That's right. And then I don't know. I think that's it for the day. Maybe I don't know when the challenge event is. We throw a keg here. I think that may be on Sunday, so we'll take that as it goes. But yeah, gonna be a good day. I can feel it. All right. Enjoy the throwing.
We've got a great lineup. We've got the 3 times world champion from Boise, Idaho, John Van Buren, big man, 6'8", 315 pounds. AJ Pahe for Idaho also, from Moscow, Idaho. Danny Autry for Alaska. He's a correction sergeant in Alaska. We've got Chase Ismail from Austin, Texas. Kyle Lilly, he placed 2nd overall in 2 professional World Highland Games.
All right, thanks Francis Brebner for the introductions there. As you can see, starting off with Braemar Stone. Just me and the boys warming up. I feel like y'all are probably tired of hearing about me complaining about stones, and this one was no different. I don't know what it is. I can't get after it with the stone, and I don't know. Got some stuff to work on. It's not a power issue. I'm as strong as I've ever been, really, when it comes to pushing strength. Technique, I've been working on the technique. I've been grinding on it, and it's just not materializing the way I want it to. I'm probably just thinking too much about it while I'm in the trig. So whatever. Ended with the 36 and some change on this stone. That's about a pretty mediocre throw for me. And this stone was a little bit lighter than a normal Braemar. I mean, probably like a half a pound lighter than what we normally throw. But shape of it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't terrible.
I mean, I don't have any good reasons to not throw this thing further. You know, this is absolutely a stone that I should have been throwing 39 plus. I don't know what it is. It's not getting after it. So, yeah, like I said, finished 36.7 or 37.6 or somewhere around that range. Not happy about that, but hey, it got me dead last, as you might be able to expect. Group of strong throwers, of course. Not gonna outthrow JVB. Not gonna outthrow Kyle Lilly. AJ Fahey, he's actually a really strong human being, so he throws the thing really well. Chase is pretty technical, and Scott has got his technique that works for him pretty good. So it was a tightly contested group of throwers, at least in the bottom 4 of us. So I was gonna have to be on point regardless. So still work to do. Chipping away at it. So this was a 2-day game, so we didn't really have a traditional order. We went through the heavy events today, or on this day, and went from Braemar Stone right into the 56. Again, not the best results for me. However, just looking at how everybody else threw this, that was a galvanized ring handle, which is not a typical handle, particularly for the heavyweight. So it was really hard to really get a good grip on for all of us. I mean, I say all of us. JVB threw it 47 feet, so what's our excuse?
No. Sorry.
But Kyle normally throws, 45 to upper 40s, and he even had some trouble getting it out there, only getting it about 41 feet. So just put it on a sliding scale. I still should have been throwing, 38, 39, maybe close to 40 feet myself. And then the one throw that I felt like I had the effort to be able to do the speed to be able to do that. Of course, that galvanized handle, that ring handle, it betrayed me, let me down, and wasn't able to finish the throw the way that I wanted to finish it, and ended up with 36 or 37 feet on the day, which was good enough to get me in the 3rd place. I'm not mad about the placing on it, just a little bit let down that I wasn't able to get my full effort into it, with the slipping out before I'm finished. Again, it did the same thing to me in Albuquerque, where I felt like I had a good wind-up, a good throw that was just betrayed by my ability to hold on to the weight. So I did like it, though. It was much better than the stones. Put me in a pretty good position. And then after throwing the heavy weight, we worked right into the heavy hammer, and again had a decent showing here, finishing way behind JVB, as everybody did. He popped one out to 125 feet, which is insane for his first game back after a year layoff. And then right behind Kyle was, I think Kyle threw like 101, and then I was right there at 98, almost 99 feet. Not exactly what I would have wanted, you've heard me say it if you've been watching my recaps, 100 feet is something that I expect myself to get every time. It's a little bit on a stretch depending on the weight and the field, but 100 feet should be pretty automatic for me, and ended up getting just under that 99. But it locked me up in the 3rd place, and I was feeling good at this point in the game. So just looking at how my good events, looking at my events overall, and how I felt like they were going to stack up, I was happy with my positioning here. Really looking forward to maintaining that 3rd place spot, keeping that thing going all day. That is until the sheaf happens. Sometimes sheaf happens. Another event that I don't have any good excuses for, other than not practicing enough. When the sheaf is a pretty fickle beast, it takes some finesse for me, and therefore I need to get the reps in, and I just did not get the reps in. I don't have a lot of excuses for this because I can actually throw the sheaf in front of my house pretty regularly. Not as affected by weather and the quality of the field, etc. But just haven't. It's been busy, man. It's not being able to get after it like I want to. Really disappointing. But warm-up felt good nonetheless. There was a bit of a break, unintentional break that we had between the heavy hammer and this. We would have liked to have gone right into this from a heavy hammer, but wouldn't you know it, right when we get into we're done with hammer and decide we're going to walk over to sheaf, another group was starting, so we had to wait on them to finish. It took them about an hour to finish. So then, we had that hour to cool down and all that stuff. Maybe, if I'd have been riding the momentum of that heavy hammer, then I absolutely would have done better. I mean, I believe it. Not just saying that.
Check.
I am just saying that a little bit. Not just saying that, though. If you know my sheaf, you know that the release of my sheaf is a lot like the release of a hammer. Going from the hammer to sheaf is just natural for me. So I really wish I would have been able to segue right into it, but hey, that's how the kid crumbles. Pulls here, bombed out. I'm not saying, sheaf definitely had bombed out of it. Had 3 pulls of 24 feet, and they all sailed over 24 feet, but had the height. Did not have the height. It's one of those things, man. I feel like if I would have got in at 24, I would have put myself in position to pull probably 28, maybe 30. We were going up by 2 for some weird reason. But I had a good chance of 28, probably a clear third on the day. If I could have just found the groove for it, man, because I was throwing it pretty high, both in my practice and in my in those pulls at 24. But you got to figure it out, man. No excuses. You got to figure it out. You got to find a way to get to practice and get it done. And to wrap up day one, we did our challenge taper on day one, and it was a beast. No taper, 140 pounds, whatever it was, 20 feet long. Guy put a handle on it this morning, so this is like a sharp and pencil running a racer, and it wasn't even close. I don't know if I ever would have been close to that thing. Whatever. Hey, whatever. Just for money, right? That about it. Wrapped up the day with that. One thing that happened, I did tweak my rib on this day, and I didn't really notice it when I tweaked it throwing the sheaf. I didn't really notice it much until later in the night. As the night progressed, it got worse and worse, and that really haunted me on day 2. Again, things you wish you could have back. Not being injured going into day 2 really would have been helpful for my profile placement. But all right, here's my recap of the day, the night after the throw, kind of get my initial feelings of what the day was like for me. All right, so that's it for day 1. 2-day games, as I said before. Started out okay. I guess I can't say that. My Braemar stone wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. Took last place in that. They didn't even throw 37 feet, which I don't know. I can't really pin. I just didn't feel like I was alive and awake at that point, and so I don't know what I could have done different to get there. Maybe a few more practice and warm up throws. It's kind of one of those things. Maybe do something to get a little bit more. I was warm, like body was warm, mobilized and everything, but I just didn't feel like I had a pop. So it is what it is. So I took last place points in that, but then kind of turned around and got 3rd place in both the heavyweight and the heavy hammer, which was really doing good for my points there. And then I went into sheaf and bombed it, so sunk myself back to 5th, about 3 points out of 3rd. John and Kyle are running away with it. I mean, those guys are. John is back. He is back for sure. He's having a heck of a competition. Day 1 was almost a clean sweep for him, and then Kyle is just on point where Kyle normally is, and then we got this young stud AJ Fahey, and of course Scott Hutchison is doing some good things. So between AJ, Scott, and myself, we're pretty tight in there on 3rd, 4th, 5th place, and then Chase isn't actually too far back in 6th. I'm going to have a better day tomorrow. I'm going to have to really put something out there tomorrow. We're going to start off with light hammers because of the size of the field. You're going to see, you saw how small the field was. Maybe you could tell from the videos. Pretty tight field. Light hammers are going to put some pressure on the equipment trailer for sure. I think that equipment trailer's sitting in the 140s, and it'll be in danger tomorrow for sure, at least off of a bounce. So plan is come out strong on day 2, hit some good hammer numbers, which heavy hammer did feel okay, even though distances weren't right there where they needed to be. They were feeling okay, so I think I can translate to a good light hammer. And then lightweight, get up there in the upper 70s, low 80s, where I know I can be, and just hold together with the open stone. Don't take last place in open stone, and I think I can put myself back on the podium, which is the goal for this one. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed the first day 1. Join me on the next one for day 2.